and today I'm going to be filming my May TBR. I think I have about 7 books for my TBR this month, which is extremely ambitious because I'm going to be helping out at the hospital education program for all of May, and that's keeping me really occupied and I don't have a lot of time to read, so let's see how well I do with this ambitious TBR. The first book on my TBR is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, and this is going to be our book club book for the months of May and June. So I'm going to be starting this book in May, but I'm not going to finish it until June. And it's really short, so this one I'm not worried about at all. And I'm actually quite excited to read this one. I've enjoyed most of the Jane Austen books that we've read so far. Emma's probably one of my favorite books of all time, actually. And I actually just watched the movie Clueless last night, which is a modern retelling of Emma, and I thought it was great. This one, Northanger Abbey, is about, it's a satire of the Gothic novel, which was really popular back during this time period, and I actually really like Gothic novels from this time period as well. Wuthering Heights, stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see a satire of these types of novels and what Jane Austen will have to say about them. The next few books I've actually already started. The first one I got a while ago, and it's been on my currently reading pile for a while, so I'm hoping to actually finish this book this month, and that is How to Be You by Jeffrey Marsh. And if you don't know who Jeffrey Marsh is, you need to look them up on Twitter, Instagram, Vine, YouTube. They're pretty much on every social media, and they are a beautiful human being, and they bring joy to the world, and they are a positive rainbow of light, and they're just wonderful. They'll brighten your day. Definitely go look them up. This is basically just a really inspiring book about how to be your true self and not to try and be someone you're not. Try to fit in with the world's expectations and standards of perfection, because perfection doesn't exist, and you are who you are because you are unique and special, and that's basically the message of this book, and I really like it. And I got about halfway through this, and then I actually lost the book, and I found it the other day, and I'm really excited to finish it. It's really neat. One of my favorite things about this book is that it's super interactive, so there'll be pages like where you fill in your favorite things, and then it's basically a book to help you get to know yourself better. And so far, I would highly recommend it. The next book is one that I have been meaning to finish for a very long time, and that is this behemoth, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So I finished the first 4 books, and I watched the movies, and then I just stopped. I think I was really intimidated by the size of this chunker, but and also Harry is really annoying. Is really just annoying and whiny in this book, and I don't know. It's not that it's boring. It's really interesting, and I've been picking it up every so often and reading a couple chapters here and there. But honestly, this book has been in my currently reading pile since January of last year, January 2016. So it is time that I finish this off. Rose has now started reading these books, and I don't want her to pass me, finish the series before I finish it, so that's my motivation. And then the next book I just started this week, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and I am reading this one because A Court of Wings and Ruin just came out on May 2nd, and I'm really excited to pick that up, but I have to finish this one first. I didn't really love A Court of Thorns and Roses. I thought it was just okay. I love the world, I love the fantasy elements of it, but I thought it was really predictable, and that's probably because it was a retelling of The Beauty and the Beast, so I knew all along what was going to happen at the end, so I think that kind of ruined it for me. And this one so far, I'm about halfway through it, and it's so much better. I'm already loving it, and I hope to finish it very soon so that I can get to A Court of Wings and Ruin without seeing any spoilers. I have been avoiding spoilers, and it has been tough this past week. Okay, so I have 3 more books, and I have not started any of these yet, but I am hoping to get to them before the end of May. The first one being The Book of Negroes by Lawrence Hall. This book is about a woman who is taken by the slave trade to South Carolina, but she later joins the Black Loyalists on their journey to Nova Scotia during the American Revolution. And I actually taught a lesson recently about the Black Loyalists coming to Nova Scotia during the American Revolution, and that was a big topic that I had for my grade 7 class. And I'm really interested to read this book that is based on a story of a real person who escaped slavery by becoming a loyalist and coming to Canada during the American Revolution. The title of this book is The Book of Negroes, and that's actually based on an actual book in the Nova Scotia Museum that is called The Book of Negroes, and all the Black loyalists that came to Nova Scotia wrote their name down in that book. So that is where the title The Book of Negroes came from. There's also a CBC documentary about this book, and I want to read this book and then watch the series and see if it's something that would be interesting for my students, see if it's appropriate, and if it's not, I think it'll still be interesting for my own benefit. But yeah, I would definitely recommend looking into the story of the Black Loyalists more if you haven't heard anything about it before. And then the next book I got is A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. This book is about a girl who has anxiety and actually has selective mutism because of her anxiety, and she meets a guy who is deaf, and so they're both quite silent, and so they talk to each other in sign language, and that sounds like a really interesting premise to me, and I'm excited to get to this one as well. And the final book on my TBR, which I will doubt that I'll get to, but I'll try. I have faith in myself. That is Finale by Beckett Fitzpatrick. This is the last book in the Hush Hush series, which I started rereading last year, and I've never actually read this book, but I did promise myself that I would finish reading the series, so this is it, and I'll get to it eventually so that I can keep my promise to myself. It's not the greatest work of literature, it's basically Twilight, but with fallen angels instead. But it's kind of one of those reads where you secretly enjoy it for the entertainment value, even though it's not a literary masterpiece. The first two books I really enjoyed. The third one was so annoying to me. So I'm hoping this one goes back to being as interesting and entertaining as the first two were. So yeah, those are the books that I'm planning to read in May. We'll see how many of them I actually get to. Hope your reading month goes well. Hope you're enjoying the nice weather that we've started to be having here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.